Okay, what I'm doing here is because this is such an unusual size, I am having to create my own frame for it. Now, this is my miter box. It not only gives you straight cuts, 90 degrees, but it also does 45 degrees for the mitered corners. Hopefully you can see that. Yep, okay, good. So now what I get to do is use polymer clay on the surface of the frame to kind of make it look cooler and frame-like. And this is for my exhibition, so I will be back later to show you what I'm going to do with it. Okay, we have let our frame dry. There you can see it. Okay, thankfully I had some wood glue, so looks pretty good, huh? Alright, what I'm doing now, I just sliced a piece of black polymer clay. This is the kind that you can bake. Sculpey, Primo, any of those brands. Now, because I used to teach polymer clay, what I am doing now is I'm setting this on the widest setting. This is a dedicated pasta machine, and all that means is I don't use it for anything else except clay. I can't even see these numbers. What am I, blind? It looks like a 4. Okay, so this is how we condition the clay. I hope you can see. Yes, this is perfect. It's supposed to be done on the edge of the table, but I'm doing this so you can see it. And this clay is kind of old since I haven't done any clay work in a few years. But you can see how it's flattening out the clay already. And you just do this in both directions, back and forth, because you want the pressure from the plates, the rollers inside, to mash the matrix of the molecules in both directions. And that's how you condition. Now, see how it's real shiny looking? That's how you know it's getting there. You can even, if it makes that flapping sound, then you can use it. I like to take it a few more steps. Just to make sure that we've got it. Okay, that looks good. Okay. I'm sorry the camera keeps shaking. I keep hitting it with my boob. I just said boob. Okay, I'm 12. All right. Now what I'm going to do is roll this flat. Or not flat, but because I envisioned some, I don't know what you call it, snake-like design on the frame. That'll probably be the easiest. I want it to look like a wood router went over it and cut in beautiful grooves and just some nice little designs. This is my polymer clay blade. It's very cool. I'm going to work on a small section at a time to get it to go even thinner. Trying to keep the camera from shaking. Okay. It's a good length. I think what I'm going to do is a little twisty braid. So I want this piece to be the same thickness and length as the other one. So I've got two little black snakes here. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do is just twist them. You can tell my art desk is not that clean, but that's okay. I've got something else to put over top. Okay, those two are not even, so one is thinner than the other. I don't want that. I've got cat crunchies on the desk. He likes to, oops, he likes to eat his cookies here. General Toot. This is where he sleeps at night. All right, let's try this again. That's better. And I'm just going to twist them. 2 little twisty ropes. You still seeing this? I'm trying to find the sweet spot here since I'm doing the video backwards. And when I get the section that I want, I'll hold it so it doesn't twist anymore. And do little sections at a time. The middle of this is still, you know, I may have to redo this. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I think I've got the thickness that I want. So we'll try this again. And that's the beauty about polymer clay. It's very forgiving. If you mess it up, just throw it back in your pasta machine and do it again. Oh, that's coming out nice. I'm going to even push it into the table to hold it. And voila, you've got your own extra hand. I can't get that metal to go tight enough. Alright, well, it's not bad. Okay, so we've got our piece. Oh, and that's the way it's going to go on. I love this. Now, I'm not going to glue it down just yet. But I am going to do this. Makes a nice little guide. There we go. Okay, good. So, I'm not going to make you sit through any more of that. I will be back when it's finished. As you can see, I've got the second one finished. And rolling on to the third. I thought of something. If you are watching this to try to learn how to do something similar to what I'm doing, here's a little tip I learned from years of doing this. You can see that, well, sorry, I hit it with my glasses. Some of this is thicker. You can see some of my fingerprints in it. So in order to try to get it even, I will apply pressure, force with one finger, but as I roll it more than 360 degrees, I will also move my finger back and forth over the roll, the jelly roll, just to see how that can even it out. And it's the constant uniform circular motion that, when combined with that applied pressure, will give you something that's even all the way through. Okay. Okay, I'm ready to apply the last one. And I'm not going to miter these frame joints, per se. What I did was I smashed down the corner so they would blend with one another. And I think what I'm going to do, instead of trying to make it all pretty, I will just roll a flower or something for each of these corners. Something very frame-like and regal, I'm sure. Oops. Now, there's no way to tell if you have both of your braids, your rolls, the same diameter. If you've got a great eye like I do, then it's easy, pretty easy to eyeball it, because we're not going for accuracy here or precision. This is still too much clay. And that's the nice thing about this material. If you need to add or reduce, it's, like I said, very forgiving. Even if this didn't work, I could just whip it off blow it through the pasta machine again, and start over. I have seen some fantastic clay work for jewelry, which is what I used to use it for, as well as armatures for other structures, like coat hangers and jewelry holders. But it's a cool material, so there we go. I like it. Now what I'm probably going to do is do some more ropes and lay them on either side, just to fully cover the frame and make it look frame-like. I like that this has little waves in it because so does my picture. Okay. Oh, and that's General telling me time to take a break again. We'll be back. Okay, I'm about ready to lay my last one on the external side. Yes, we're in here. Okay, that's the general manager. Okay, and when I'm pressing these corners of these outer pieces together, it almost looks like a miter anyway, so holy cows. I love it. I love it. What do you guys think? I'm probably going to do one more on the inside, and we'll be back. Okay, I've got the last 4 pieces rolled out. Now this is going to be a little trickier than doing the edge because I can't just go in with my craft knife and fix it. So what I will, and that's why I wanted you to see this segment. What I will do is eyeball it here. I have to make sure that you guys can see this whole thing because I can't see the screen. I've got it in my holder. Oops. Okay, good. Yeah, you kind of have to lift it up. Of course, I'm getting cat hair in it. I don't know where I'd find cat hair in this house. Okay, so yeah, see? You can see it better on that side. So I'll just put in these last 4 and I'll get back. Okay, ready for the last one. And I wanted to make some points about this. If you can look down on it, darn it, I'm sorry, I keep hitting it. If you can look down on it, that's going to give you a better vantage point. And it doesn't have to look perfect. Obviously, this is not a real frame, even though I'm a perfectionist and I'm going to make sure it looks as much like one as I can get it. But you don't have to have it perfect. That's another thing about clay. You can take it as realistic or as fantasy and abstract as you want. Okay, here's the clay that I'm using. Sculpey III. This stuff, for every, I think, 1/4 inch of thickness, you need to leave it in for 15 minutes on 275 degrees. Every 6 millimeter thickness. Now, what am I doing with the parts left over that I haven't used? This. And then I will save it for the next time. This package was in there, let me think how long it's been. Oh, it's been over 5 years. Since I've lived here and have actually done any jewelry work. So at least 5 years. And this stuff is still good. I store it in a Ziploc baggie and I'm good to go the next time I need something odd. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is remove this and then put it on a baking sheet and bake it. And we will be back when that's over. Okay. I've got this in my easy foil pan. You can use a cookie sheet or something similar and just put down a piece of aluminum foil because you need to be able just to peel the item right off the bottom. But I think, let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. Yeah. All right. So the oven is still preheating, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in. I'm going to put it up a a little bit away from the heating element on the top so that, because I can't see the numbers on my stove, in case I got it too hot, and that should work. All right, so we leave it in there 15 minutes and then we'll be back. Okay, I just pulled this out. I had to leave it in 5 extra minutes because it is a little bit thicker than 6 millimeters, but I think for the most part it's good. What you have to check for, when I pulled it out a little while ago, it was too rubbery. Now you can see that it does have movement, but I don't know how to explain it. The texture is different, and that's something you'll learn the more you work with this. So what I'm going to do now is take this back in and glue it down and see how we do. Hang on. Okay, we're back. What I've done now, I bought these at Hobby Lobby a long time ago. They are a package of 12, and they're just little pots of mica. Mica is a mineral that is put into makeup, nail polish, and used for crafting. And you can see, hopefully, it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. Let me open one and show you. Yeah, see all the shiny in it? That's my favorite color, shiny. So what I'm going to do is take this and use it to make this look a little more like a picture frame. Because the black would work, but I would much rather have something else with it. So what I'm going to do is just dip my finger right in it. And here's the cool part. Oh yeah, very satisfying. And just give it a little bit of depth and color that way. Probably should have done that before I baked it. That's the nice thing about these. You can do it either before or after. And because the clay is still a little givey, it's got a little give to it, that means it'll hold on to the pigment. And that's what these are. These are just pure pigment. Mica pigments. Hope you can see that. I've had trouble. There we go. Alright. Just working that in. Kind of makes it look like you purchased it, doesn't it? And that's what I was going for. Just rubbing that on. Okay, I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, what I did was I went ahead and painted the Basswood black. I just used nail polish. That's why I've got tons of bottles sitting on my bench, because I use them in my crafting and my paintings. So after that was done, I added another coat of the copper mica and took it outside and just clear coated it, acrylic gloss coating, can't talk, first day with the new tone. And so what I have to do now is let it dry. Something interesting happened though with the coating. It sort of dispersed all of the mica where the mica had been just on the tops of the frame. It kind of dispersed it even more, and I think I like this look even better. But I have to wait and let it dry 24 hours, and then tomorrow I will be back and I will show you what I'm going to do with it, because it's so cool. Okay, see ya.